Did you ever type into YouTube, what's a life skill that I need to succeed in what I'm doing? Well, if you did, this is the episode for you. So stick around for today's episode of Life's Potluck Buffet. I'm John Paulus. Thanks for joining me today. Earlier today, I asked the cards what's a life skill that I need, and they gave me card 28, which is passions are for hobbies. And that's to that life skill there. I talked about it, of course. I talked about it yesterday on yesterday's episode. As you can see, if you look at yesterday's episode from November 11th, you'll see that I was talking all about this at length, and the cards really, really, really want me to think about this. I get it, and I am thinking about it, and I appreciate it. And the life skill there is understanding the difference between things that we do, for pursuits and work that we do for ourselves, our passions, which are for self-care, and if we make a buck doing it, fine, and things that we do for example, money, and jobs and business and work that is for paid purposes, paid work, which are really furthering other people's passions or other people's requirements or needs that they're required by law or by contracts to do in their lives, that we have to do, right? That we can't get out of. So those are two areas that are always going to be meeting other people's needs, either things that other people need for their own passions and hobbies, and things that people need for their life that they're required to do, whether they're a business or a person. It's required. So doing that for the business or a person is a great way to find a paid job. So okay, so that's life skill. That's the life skill that we've already talked about. I'm going to shuffle for the audience out there. I'm going to phrase it differently for the cards this time, because I want them to answer in a way that will be helpful to the YouTube audience out there. Thank you for listening. So I want to say, what's a life skill that the YouTube audience listening to this episode need to think about? Okay, so this one's for you, everyone. All right, here we go. This is a new realm of Life's Potluck Buffet card deck use, when I'm saying, okay, everyone out there, this is a card I'm drawing for you. Usually I'm drawing cards for myself and talking about them, but here we go. All right, so I'm going to shuffle them in the ritual way that I do. Those of you who are fans of the show know what that means. Also means I need to back away from the mic to shuffle them so they don't blow up the mic. Okay. I'm not even gonna talk about drawing that Passions Are for Hobbies card again, because I just know this card deck is gonna mess with me. Because when you mess with the Life's Potluck Buffet cards, they mess with you back. Okay, so I'm cutting the deck right here, and so I'm asking, what's gonna help me today, cards? Talk to the audience about a life skill that we need. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh no. Oh, I swear. Okay, guess what card I drew? The cards. I drew Passions Are for Hobbies. Okay. That's the second time today I drew it, and I specifically... Oh, these cards. I know. Okay. Love it. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to talk about Passions Are for Hobbies again. Maybe if I just read the card out loud one more time, the cards will move on from here. I can't. It's a struggle sometimes. Okay, just for me though. The cards have it easy. All right. So, card number 28 is passions are for hobbies. It is a very bad advice to follow your passion to a job or to turn your hobby into a job. Hobbies and passions are work that we do for ourselves, not for others. For that reason, they are best for self care and not for paid work. Do them with that idea in mind. If you make a buck doing them, cool. And the card says, what's your passion hobby? So, this is definitely, as I said, a life skill. Thinking about what you do for yourself versus what you do for others. All right. And knowing that is, wow. I mean, it's hard, right? Because I mean, believe me, I have struggled with this in my life as well. I know a lot of people struggle with it because you think, well, I like to do this. This is exciting to me. So other people, it must be exciting to other people. And that's not always the case. And honestly, it kind of messes up the whole thing because it kind of ruins it for you in a certain way. When you're like, wow, people aren't going to pay for this. The people don't pay me for this, that's something wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just understanding what role it plays in your life, especially in the role of self-care, is essential. So that's absolutely critical. I'm going to, however, now that we've talked about that again, I hope that suffices to appease the cards. They're a tough audience. They're a tough audience themselves. Okay, cards. I know that. Okay, I'm not even going to say anything. Okay, I'm gonna do my ritual shuffle again. I can't believe I drew that card again. Okay, here we go. I'll be shuffling over here. Okay, here we go. I'm even afraid to cut the deck. Okay. Here we go for the third time today. Cards, please don't let it be passions or for hobbies. I pray. I pray to you. Here we go. Oh my God. It's passions or for hobbies. I can't. These cards just don't want me to do an episode today. That's what they want. I can't believe it's passions or for hobbies. I know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove passions are for hobbies from the deck and see if they I can't believe this. Okay, so this is the third time I've drawn passions are for hobbies in addition to the fact cards. They're just torturing me now because I actually talked about passions are for hobbies yesterday connected to another card, and I'm sorry that I did because apparently that triggered some sort of tear in the space-time continuum. That is, we're going to fill in the void with card number 28 for the next, 6 hours. Okay, so card number 28. Okay, I'm going to remove this from the deck. I swear, if it comes up anyway, if there's another card 28 in your cards, that's it. I'm really retiring. Okay. Here we go. Me. Shuffle. I can't believe it. I should believe it because these cards, they like to play with me. Okay. Well, I guess that's fun. For them. Okay. Probably also fun for the audience. So they're looking out for you. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. I know I pulled the card out of the deck, and I know this deck isn't stacked with card number 28, so I know it can't be happening again. So here we go. So the question is, what, besides passions are for hobbies and understanding what work you do for yourself and what work you do for others with clarity, that is life skill number 1 today. What's another life skill that the audience out there needs to think about today? Cards. Oh, cards. It's a wild card. The wild card says, say what you'd like to have in this bowl. It's a picture of a bowl on the card. It can be anything. Now say why you chose what you did and who or what can make it appear. So I think the cards are being pretty clear about life skills here. This card is all about thinking about what you need, what your need is, what your first and foremost need is, considering that first, and understanding who or what can make whatever it is that you need to fill that bowl, your need, who and what can make that appear. So that is a life skill par excellence, to understand, like we were actually talking about with passions and for hobbies, like I talked about 3 times, thinking about who needs what you have, what you need, who needs what you have to fill that need, and what the content is that is going to fill that need. So those 3 elements of it, your need, something or some, what could be an organization as well, that needs what you have, and what it is that you're providing that fills that need for the organization that you're doing this work for. All right, so I'll leave it at that. Lest I really expected it was going to be passions over hobbies again, even though I know there's only 1 card that says passions over hobbies in this deck. But we'll leave it at that. We'll thank the magical deck for once again making things a little bit tough for me. The deck likes to do that. That's okay. That's okay. And I'll see you tomorrow on Life's Potluck Buffet. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Cards.